Okay, sixth grade. So this is where our pizza style color wheel is going to start to get complicated. Okay. For this, you are going to need all your pieces, your color wheel, a piece of scrap paper, and a glue stick. First thing you want to do is go through your colors and get them into 12 individual piles. One pile of each color. Doesn't matter what order you put them in right now. As I said before, please do not mix these colors up and don't lose any. All right, so if you haven't done this already, please pause the video and get these things organized so that you are ready for the next step. So now we're going to take a look at this and we're going to start arranging our colors. We are not gluing anything right now. Okay. So what you are going to do is you're going to start at the top, which is 12 o'clock on our color wheel. We put a little 12 right there. All right. And we know that yellow is always at the top. So you want to take your piece of yellow and center it like so. Don't glue it down. Okay. Zoom in so you guys can see how I did that. Okay. Then you are going to take your pointy piece of yellow and you're going to have it right on top of that center dot that I made for you, pointing straight up and down, lined up with the one you did here. Okay. Then take your third piece of yellow and you're going to try and evenly put it between, like that. Okay. Now, don't bump it, don't move it. Next step is to look at what is at 6 o'clock, or the bottom of the color wheel, opposite of yellow, and that is violet. So I'm going to go digging around here and try and find my violet or my purple. And I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the yellow. Line up my bottom piece right at the center of the bottom, and then my pointy piece will just touch the yellow in the middle, and then my third piece goes in between. And we want to try and keep these white spaces here the same as what we have here, okay? So that it remains consistent all the way around. Now, once you have these two arranged like this, okay, you are very, very carefully going to get them glued down. That's what this is for. Okay, it's very easy to ruin all your hard work on this project if you don't do this right. Okay, so you'll notice that some of your pieces might be curled a little bit. You can bend them so that they sit flat. Do this before gluing. Then Put it on the scrap paper, please. Get yourself a good amount of glue. Cover up the back of this shape. Notice that I used my glue stick to pick it up. And it started to curl again. We'll fix that when it goes onto the paper. I didn't use my fingers yet. Now I'm going to use my fingers to take it off the glue stick and get it glued down. You can always take your glue stick, rub a little bit or roll, like so. We just don't want to get any glue on our color because, as you can see, if you get that on there, it really kind of messes it up. And then you're going to do your second yellow piece. Making sure that you've got glue all over the back. Stick that one on. Again, we are making all attempts not to get any glue on the colors. You only have a couple seconds to move this thing around and get it glued down. All right, so I have now glued my yellow. I'm going to move to my purple, which you can see has moved a bit. So I got to make sure that when I go to glue these down, that it's back in the right place. And get the purple glued down. Making sure that it's lined up just where you had it before. And voila, you have your first two colors done on your color wheel. Now, feel free to pause the video and take care of that if you haven't already. Okay, if anything starts popping up, you may need to get a little glue under it. It's just not happy. Now, our next step is to look for 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock. I'm sorry, 9 o'clock. 3 and 9. So we got blue, green, and red, orange. So I'm going to find those colors next. And just like I did before, I'm going to arrange them first. Mosaic style, so that there are gaps in between them, like that. And then my red, orange will go on the other side. Again, I'm making sure that these are centered and symmetrical and pointing exactly opposite each other. I'm going to keep tinkering with them until I think that they are sitting right. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to glue those down. So you can go ahead and take care of that step. All right, so now I had paused my video. I have all of these pieces glued down. Okay, now our next step is to do the rest of these. Okay, kids? So I'm going to now move to my yellow, green, and my green. And I know that if I have my little poster here, that the correct order would be get the yellow, green set up here, and we don't have any marks this time. So it makes things a little more interesting for when you go to try and line this up. Remember, we are not gluing yet. Okay? And then I'm going to also set up my green. You can already see that I've got some issues with gaps and different things going on. Okay, so start in the middle and get your middle set. If they overlap each other, that's fine. Okay, but you want it nice and even. So now I've got these two pretty well set up. Then I can kind of guess where the other things need to go. Trying to keep my gaps exactly the same. This is the hardest part of this project, kids. That looks pretty good. Now you can see that this yellow-green seems like it's quite a bit bigger than all the others. If you get a situation like this where one is not the same, you can overlap them just a little to get it in the right place. See, that to me looks a little bit better. Okay, so now I'm going to glue these down. Then I'm going to move to my blue and my blue-violet and do the exact same thing. Set them up, glue them down. And then red-violet and red. Set them up, glue them down. And then lastly, orange and then yellow-orange. Set them up, glue them down, and the project is finished. You are going to be erasing these little lines right here. Okay, but we are not going to do that until the whole thing is completely dry or we will rip up the little pieces. So if you get this far, put it in the drying rack, which is in the front of the room, and you have yourself some free time.